What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to be doing a, we'll just say kind of like a daily quick read here for all the signs. Could actually be timeless, but whatever floats your boat. I'm starting with the sign of Leo, and earlier when I had drawn cards for all the signs, you guys had the High Priestess and the Chariot come out. And it's like you're trying to decide something. For some of you guys, there's lots of fighting. You're fighting about something. Maybe someone hasn't been honest about something, or maybe there's something from your past where someone did something, you know, there could have been some cheating, lying, but I feel like there's lots of fighting in a certain situation for some of you guys, even though, you know, you stayed through it, like you're trying to work on it, you're working on yourselves, I see, but there's some past issues. Some of you guys are walking away from them. Some of you guys are like, you know, taking the time to breathe, maybe doing some meditation. If you're not, that's probably something that you should do, even if it's just a meditation thing on YouTube when you're sleeping. But there's something about either a house or an old feeling or something that happened in the past that you guys are having a really hard time letting go of, or someone that you're dealing with is having a really hard time with this. And it's just like, you're like, well, I really don't know what to do. Some of you guys, there's children involved. Some of you guys, this was something that happened to you as a child that keeps replaying in your life until you kind of, I don't want to say put it together in a rude way, but it is kind of like a karmic lesson. Some of you guys are dealing with someone who, you guys go through phases where someone doesn't come home. Someone could have just be like overly sensitive to that kind of energy, where you think that that's going to happen with every person, or you just feel like, you know, this could have been like a lot of really past energy for you guys. And for some reason, it took someone walking away from this. It took someone like leaving the situation, leaving the house, leaving the situation, leaving those emotions, not talking about them anymore, and taking the time to work on themselves. When it got to this, and now you got to this place where you or this person is now thinking, maybe I could be the one for you. How come I didn't see this before? Like, how could I have been so blind? You know, don't tell me I'm too late this time. So much I couldn't see. And like, this person's realizing that they need you, like they want you in their life, and that you guys could work things out. You know what I mean? It says, sorry if I brought my pain into your life. You know, so I feel like this person's apologetic, and they realize like what they've done in other people's lives. Give me one more chance, I'll make it right. Lately, I've been in the backseat of my own life. So if someone feels like this is out of control, something they can no longer control, things are just happening over and over repetitively, but someone, you know, is coming back and they're asking for another chance, or they just, this is what they do, or this is what they're going to be doing. And your song is Hold On by Chord Overstreet. I don't know how to say his name. But I just feel like, you know, some of you guys could be socializing, but I just feel like there's a lot of arguing over someone's choice they made, or maybe having choices. But I feel like this is something where it's like someone wants to walk away. Someone did walk away, and then this person like pulls you back in, like, don't leave me, you know, but then once they have you, they're really bored with you. Like they act like nothing, but they're really disconnected from their emotions. Like nothing could ever make this person happy, even though they don't want to see you leave them because of those abandonment issues. Perhaps they are not really doing anything to keep you around, or like, you know, this person needs to take the time out to work on themselves. This person needs to be honest about their feelings, about what they did, and taking responsibility for this. You know, someone could benefit from stopping all the gossip and talking behind people's backs and going and speaking to a counselor. You know what I mean? Someone just really doesn't want to argue anymore, even though there is a lot of passion here. I do feel like someone does have some mental health issues that they need to work on, whether it is You know, and I feel like this advice is coming from someone who knows you very well. Whether this is a soulmate that you spend the rest of your life with, or this is a friend, a coworker, someone. But I just feel like someone's like, you know, maybe it wouldn't hurt you to go and talk to someone about your issues. Maybe we could go together and talk about these things. Or maybe this is just you taking the initiative because there's something that you want. There's some type of victory that's here for you. But the problem is, and it could be like given to you in a dream or through your intuition, but it's like you have to walk away from these things and these people and resist the urges all around to have the kind of victory. There is no looking back. You know, someone just needs to make that decision, like, I'm moving this forward so I can better myself, better my life, you know, despite if this person tries to come back in again, because it doesn't matter. It's like a repetitive thing. Even if you let them come back, even if you guys try to start again, it's like someone is really like never satisfied, and that's because they have to work on their issues within themselves, and you kind of have to let this person slip and fall and learn that for themselves, because this isn't something you could teach to another person. And it's like, you know that you care about them, you know, you guys probably have past lives together, you want to help them out. But my best advice at this point is to not give them any money, you know, encourage them to go get help. If this is someone you really want to be with, that you'll wait for them, that you're not going anywhere, you know what I mean? But it's like you don't really want anybody else, but you're not going to be like involved in a situation that's toxic, and you know, you want things to get better for the kids, or you want that to be an incentive for this person. But I just feel like there is some kind of past situations here, whether it's with the father energy or whether it's, you know, having to do with money things. But at the same time, someone could have some addictions, whether it's gambling or something else. Addictions come in all types of forms, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be like something super bad. It could be even just smoking, it could be drinking, it could be whatever, you know, everybody has their vices. But I feel like this person, communication skills are a little bit off, and they might be the one to kind of blame you for everything. And then like once you're gone, then they come back with all these things like, come back, you know, I don't want to fight, let's work this out kind of thing. And then it just ends up being the same thing. Like if you're continuously coming back to a situation and saying the same thing that caused you or this person to leave in the past, then maybe it's time to take a second look at this. Like, what are we really doing to fix this? Or can this be fixed? Can we work on this together? Is there something that's actually changing about this? Because I feel like nobody's really ever innocent when it comes to a story between two people, but you're the only one that really knows that, you know what I mean? You're the one who has to take that initiative. And for some reason, and there's always one person in a relationship where the other person can see, you know, clear, maybe a little bit more clear in certain things, and you have to bring that to light and you have to act on it. Because when we're in relationships where we depend so much on the other person that we're with to do things for us, for one, we're never satisfied. For two, we don't learn what it is that we truly want, like, and need in our lives for ourselves. And two, we kind of like lose our identity to another person. And then it's just kind of repeating the cycle, because you could go to a new relationship and you're still not going to know what it is that you want, what it is that you like, what it is that you know what I mean? Like, the codependency thing in relationships is really huge. And I'm not throwing shade at all, because we've all been there. But now that I've taken the time out for myself, I can kind of realize, you know, this is what I did. You know, I have some toxic traits. This is what I did. You know, I wasn't very good at this, you know, that I need to work on this, you know. But if someone isn't taking those steps to actually change, and you can't see the change, but they have like all these good things to say, then it's kind of the same game being repeated. But if there's actually things being changed, because I can tell you guys genuinely care about this person, you want them the best, like you want the best for them. But sometimes the best thing for people is to leave them the fuck alone completely, you know, regardless if there's kids, regardless if their life is shitty, you know, you're basically taking on someone else's karma at that point, because you're refusing to leave them alone, even though you've been given several chances to do that. You know, sometimes distance and space is needed between two people so that they can figure out, one, if, you know, you're truly meant to be, or two, are you guys better off in different directions? Because I think people waste a lot of time, a lot of years in relationships, situationships, marriages, you name it, in the same repetitive cycle that is never learned, because people don't really take the time out to figure out what makes them happy, and work on things or change or realize that it's on both sides of the fence, you know, compromise, communication, you know, spending the time with the person and not always being at work, stuff like that. Like, are we putting the time and effort in, or is it just one-sided? Because nobody can do that shit forever. You know what I mean? Like, I just kind of went off on a rant. But at the same time, you can be someone's friend and wish them the best, you know, but still have your own independence, you know? Like, who said it has to be so serious? Like, why so serious? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes all you can do is pray for people and send them good energy and forgive yourself, forgive that person, and pray for the people that you have a hard time forgiving for certain things, or you have beef with, because that truly does heal a lot of wounds, you know? It takes a lot of strength to let something be completely over, and it's not easy for anybody. It's like, you know, it really is hard to say goodbye to someone that you've had in your life for a very long time, but you have to realize where cutting the strings might be healthy for both of you for the time being or forever or whatever, but holding on to the same things and repeating it and nothing's changing is kind of just wearing you both down, and the universe will wear you down to the point where you don't have a choice but to let them go and walk away. Believe me, been there. Anyways, have a good night.